What was his duality?
He's no one. He's one to he loved Krishna so much, but Kamsa ordered him to bring Krishna to the Mathura. They Kamsa
To kill
him. So
that's very painful. So very happy and painful, both was contrasting. He wants to see the Lord at any cost. So he's thanking Kamsa actually. Thank you for giving such a first-class chariot, first-class facility to meet my Lord. At the same time, the intention Kamsa has is very harmful, is very painful, is severe. So very good. So that duality, he waited whole night, and in the morning he left and he saw the good sign. And then when did he arrive at Mathura? Evening. So then what happened? Bhadra Prabhu, you remember some?
Well, as we entered, he saw the lotus footprints of Krishna, so he just kept rolling in the ground. He was very happy to see the lotus feet of Krishna.
Something to remember also for our personal life. Because Akrura is acting as a sadhaka. He's an eternal associate, but he's also acting as sadhaka. What is applicable to us? That everything he dreamed or imagined, what he is going to see, exactly same thing happened. Not even one thing that he did not think did not happen. So here Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur commented that sadhane bhavive jaha siddhite paibe taha. Narottam Das Thakur wrote a song that while we are chanting, while we are doing bhajan, everything that we meditate on Krishna or Krishna Lila, it will manifest in our life. And little fearful example, like Gop Kumar. Gop Kumar is a fearful example not a fearful example in a bad sense, fearful example in a sense that he had to travel so many planets, so many form of God, Narayan form, but ultimately obtained goal of life, but he went through so much struggle of his inner fulfillment. Even though he was in Vaikuntha, but he was not happy. Why? Because at certain aspect in his life, he was diverted or attached or contemplated on those kind of form or those kind of thought. Just like one devotee in Alachua, I won't mention the name, but he says, I don't like to march in Brahman, but I don't mind of checking the heaven. I say, you will check heaven. If you can think like this, you will. But not necessarily you will like it when you are there. But compared to Alachua happiness, yeah, heaven is very high happiness. But when you go there and then compare from there to spiritual world, you will feel pain and you will really hate it. Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like we'd be better off if we didn't...
Sorry?
Doesn't it seem like we'd be better off if we didn't really learn about the other forms? Because then we wouldn't even be able to meditate on them?
No. Because if you say your goal is 100 and you want to escape calculation of 60 plus 161, I don't want to know 61. Is it possible?
But then you're saying that we have to go through them.
You have to know that Krishna is the complete form of all incarnation and manifestation. It's not possible to approach Krishna, Brajananandan Krishna, and not knowing his opulence. That will be Sahaja mentality. There will be some cheating. In other words, Krishna's sweetness, this four Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Guna Madhuri, Lila Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, this literally enhance even to Narayan, attracts even to Narayan, even attracts to Mahavishnu, attracts to all the manifestation. So we have to know those. Then if my goal is to meet Narayan, Srila Prabhupada in 3rd canto, Bhagavatam, he says, even Narayan, no, he goes, it's very funny the way he translated in the purport. He says, even so-called Supreme God like Narayan also attracted by the beauty of Krishna. So-called God, Narayan also. It's like a very funny, he's so much in love with Krishna, you can see like. So like this, that means we have to know all this. Then our idea of going to Vaikuntha will disappear. But we have to know Vaikuntha is also within Krishna. Like Maya, we cannot hate. We have to, not we fall in love with Maya, but we have to see this is Krishna's Maya. We neither hate nor love. We just respect. She is a great devotee of Krishna, like this. Then it's possible. Otherwise, we cannot hate Maya because Krishna never said anywhere in Bhagavad Gita, hate Maya. He said, you must know, you surrender to me. It's my Maya. He did not say it's Maya, it's my Maya. It's very powerful. So like that. Yes, Prabhu.
So to what extent does one's meditation bear fruit, in the sense that surely everyone at some time or another has thought about going to heaven or has thought about going to Vaikuntha? Who has avoided such thoughts? And if they're bound to go there simply because they thought of it once or twice, then who avoids it?
Because the karma, that destiny that or our impetus that takes us from place to place, or what causes transmigration, is only two: our association and our attachment. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita, Ichha desha samuthena dandamohena bharato sarvabhutani sammahat sarge janti parantapa. Everybody takes birth in this planet because of these two. Whether we hate or we like, but that liking or hating is also by association and attachment. So if I am attached or associating with this idea of, it will be nice to enjoy, like Nandan Kanan garden is very fascination. But we did not hear the negative side of the heaven, that they also have a tremendous fear. They are fear of demons, they are fear of cursing each other. Indo literally throw off anybody he doesn't like. They take a horrible body, they come here, it's very disgusting. And then the worst of all is skine punne murtalukam vishanti, that after your ticket expire, or what do you call, you bought a 7 days ticket in a hotel, then your ticket is expired. Funny things happened to my life. It's not recording, is it? Recording. So.
You can turn it off for a second.
Okay.
I can do it.
When I got married, then my in-laws, they had a Rolls Royce, and they rented a room in a Del Coronado where President goes. It's really expensive, $500 a night. So, and what car guess I had? I just came from India, my.
Very simple.
The truck that you drive now.
I had an old beaten Datsun Nissan. It's like everywhere peeling off. And then when I took that car in front of the hotel, they opened the door to take. I was like, wow. Those guy with the turban comes to open the door. It was very funny. But anyway, they took my car to a nice place.
The car went to heaven.
So it's kind of like this, like your ticket is up. After 3 days, your ticket is up. The coming back from heaven, who remembers it?
Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain? I mentioned this. Can you?
No, I remember, but I just guessing.
No, pain is not enough. So I give you one. There is 3 famous stories in Purana. One story is not related to Akrura, but we'll come back. That this person, he was very much in a deep austerity. Asamed Jagna promotes you to heaven. Also, when you do Jagna with sesame seed, and you really devout to please Indra or moon god, heaven is not a one planet. Heaven means a whole bunch of planets. It's also almost like thousands of planets, not just one. But prominent, headed by, there is 3 types of heaven. One is called Billa Sarga, Bhauma Sarga, Dibba Sarga. Dibba Sarga head is Indra. Billa Sarga means you do all these sacrifices to please the demigod, but you are not any sort of surrendering mood. No devotional mood. So they go to Billa Sarga. Bhoma Sarga is like a part of Jammadip where they enjoy kind of like a heaven, but it also has a something mix of this world. So it's like in between. So that's why the heaven is three types: Billa Sarga, Bhoma Sarga, Dibba Sarga. So this person is a famous story that how he was doing this sacrifice 1001, and on the 1001 he literally gave up his body. You know, Prabhupada also write, when the sesame seed you offer in the oblation, the smoke that comes out, the soul that depart from here to the heaven, the sesame seed smoke carries the soul. This is like a carrier, you know. From here to Vaikuntha is a Vishnu Duta comes with them like this. It was very funny the way Prabhupada said it. He had a dream just before he left, about 7 days. Bhagavad Maharaj knows. He came out, he says, I had a very unique dream that the Vaikuntha Duta came from Vaikuntha to pick me up. But their eyes like a blue like you all. And they had a beautiful body and a blue eyes like my Western disciple. I was confused. Are they from Vaikuntha or from West? So Prabhupada, you know, this is Prabhupada's view. It was very interesting. So then this devotee, you okay? This devotee, demigod devotee. I don't mean like a Vishnu devotee. This devotee, so he elaborately made this, and then he left this body, and with the sesame seed he was traveling. He went in this. As soon entered, because he remembers, and he is the one who actually quoted in the Purana. He came back. It was a very painful experience. Not going. So then when he entered, they give you a garland made of a beautiful parijat flower that Krishna fought with Indra for that. And anybody enters and you get a beautiful young teenager body, grown up body, like a nice handsome man. They don't say teenagers, just a jubak, young adolescent, you call it, adolescent body. So then he got a garland, and then immediately in Billa Sarga they feed you hatuki liquid, make you feel like a 10,000 elephant power man. I don't know if you understand what it is, I don't know. Something like 10,000 elephant power, very strong guy. Then they subdue with the sense enjoyment. In Dibba Sarga, they don't do exactly like this. In Dibba Sarga, according to that Purana, that he entered, and then this body has such a instant happiness that like a little fragrance of it's like he's like a floating, and he can literally float. That body, they float. Like if they want to have a little fun, like they go in the sky, and then on the cloud they do somersault. You know, we call somersault. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. From cloud to cloud, they can just jump. It's like a very aristocratic enjoyment, you can say. Prabhupada called high society girl. Those girls are called high society girl in English. Prabhupada writes. So then he has all this enjoyment, and he is like a very fragrance, and he's like floating. He's like, wow, first time experience. And then he realized this is Nandan Kanon. Full of fragrance. He going everywhere is full of fragrance. In 8th canto beginning, Gajendra story, one chapter before Gajendra story, it gives also the heavenly shore and the rivers and the fruit trees, how famous those are. Even the animals, they never get hungry. First of all, nobody cooks in heaven. Nobody cooks, because you can just ask the parijat tree, anything you want, you get. You want ice cream, you get ice cream. Whatever you want, sweet, I don't know what they, but something we hear from Prabhupada's purport, for sure they do not eat without ghee. This is one thing Prabhupada at least repeated 3-4 places in Bhagavatam, I noticed. That anyway, there's many stories of that. So you have a ghee. Beg, borrow, steal. The Charbak Muni says, eat ghee. This is a famous atheistic philosopher. He says, beg, borrow, steal, eat ghee. There is a reason for it. Unless you have a good health, how can you enjoy? So anyhow, so he enjoyed Nandankanan. After enjoying so much, he's like overloaded. You don't have to go to sleep. If you don't need to, you don't want to. But you can also go to sleep if you want to. It's very almost like a Vaikuntha, almost like a Vaikuntha, but not Vaikuntha. Then you have a nightclub, day club, you have a different dances, you have like a whole bazaar of enjoyment. I don't know if the bazaar is a good word or bad word.
Yeah.
Good word. So bazaar of enjoyment, like unlimited enjoyment almost. And then out of, even though, because we have an individuality, and originally Krishna has an intimacy feeling from where originally Radharani manifested. So it's also manifest in heaven very well. That out of many girls, or say you went as a girl, out of many boys, you will fall in love only with one, some or other. This is always the case. So ultimately that guy, we're going to use a person who actually wrote this in the Purana. He ultimately fall in love with one girl who another boy also had a intention for the same girl. Crash. Okay. So then at one point that person found completely soulmate. And he started talking love talk. It's very interesting. If you calculate, I was very happy to see Govinda Prabhu in his scientific brain, he was calculating. He obviously found that trace of that story or something. He says, there is a romantic story in heaven. Anybody read that part? So he says, they are talking, according to our calculation, is almost like a 200 years. Just a first, date. Imagine you have a date with a girl for 200 years. That's like unimaginable for us. But over there is like a normal. So he was giving like whole calculation how to fascinating that. What happened at that point, the soulmate, when it culminate their union, and he said, that's it, we're going to eternally live here forever, the highest happiness. And they're happy, they're not complaining, oh, we wish it would be a little more cooler or hotter or something. No, everything is complete. Something scary happened. This Parijat flower started stale, or what do you call it? Drying up? Wilting. Drying up. And it's like a frightened, nothing you can do about it. It's your garland. When you came in, gave you the fresh garland, and garland stays fresh. But time runs fast. We may say, they are 6 months is 12 hours here. You know what I mean? I mean, calculation you can say. There 1 day is 1 year, hour. But that calculation is not applicable there. You are there. They have 1 day same as 1 day here. Because as a human, 1 day is 1 day. For a heaven person, 1 day is 1 day. It's for calculation, but nobody enjoy like that. Nobody from Alachua telling you, don't worry, you have a long life. Nobody really there. It's all heavenly creatures, the same view. It's drying up, it makes him so depressed. And he really wants to enjoy first time in his life, that forever he will live, but he cannot. As it dries up, he sees a force comes within him that pulling towards the exit door. And as the soulmate finally comes to really be united, oh, I won't let you go, I won't let you go. At that time, the other person who also had a crash with the same girl, he forced her to be separated from you. Oh, it's like a, I don't know how do you say in English, it's really like your entire endeavor for what? Entire endeavor for what? What did you get? We are laughing. You know why? Because we don't have that experience. We are laughing because we don't feel that experience. But this man, how much endeavor he did in this earthly planet to go there, and he went there, he enjoyed. There is no question. He did enjoy more than anybody enjoying in Alachua, for sure. But question is, when the enjoyment ended, it was so painful, it was such a pathetic, that at that time in front of him, the other guy just took her, and he just started like a forcefully going through the exit door. It is such an extreme depression that Purana explains that this depression, he just cries and cries and cries and cries and cries. And then when he goes through the exit door, there is a global worm from America. No. Global worm type of species. They eat those body. This is their food. They also have to be maintained. So they want people to come out so they can eat more. You know, the more people comes out, that's their feast. So they eat. They eat, but the departing soul is so depressed he cannot feel. You know, when you are so depressed, you don't feel even whether you are hungry or not hungry. And if you have never been there, it's good also. So where in that extreme depression, his heavenly body is eaten by those germs. Only thing left is subtle body. And it drops. If there is something left, Prabhupada says in 5th canto, then he drops in a Jambudip, not in earthly planet. This is also part of Jambudip, but beside this is a karma field. So that time he restarts again. And if he drops in the earthly planet, then he starts again from the aquatic. What a horrible. What kind of life is that? But he remembers. Those who are fortunate, they remember. They go through some extreme decision. They don't want to ever enjoy this world. They become frustrated jnani. This is the original birth of jnana. Who wants to merge, get out of this material existence. And if you tell them in Vaikuntha there is no suffering, or I saw all this, don't give me anything. He's very frustrated, you know, like a, what is called grapes are sour. Kind of, yes.
So the point of this story, is this like a scenario that happens to every single person? Or is it like different ways?
Most of the people that goes from this planet.
So it's that they fall.
Those who are selected by Krishna as an assistant to the demigods, or you are recruited there, they stay there till one Manu, there is 14 Manu in one day of Brahma. And each Manu has a 71 4 Yuga cycle. So each Manu has a lifetime of those citizens. But those who are going from heavenly planet, they are, from earthly planet, they are calculated by their capability of getting how much Sukriti they could buy by their sadhana. Now you can say, well, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is almost like inconceivable, right? Unlimited. So how much can they get? It depends how much merciful guru you have, who will really pull you out. We have to be realistic. Like Jayananda Prabhu, when he left, if you look at in Veda base, Prabhupada did say he is going to heaven first letter. Then they again asked Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada sent a letter, okay, he will go, he will be in the spiritual world. But Prabhupada did say he may go to heavenly planet for a while and then goes to spiritual world. So Prabhupada did say, I was reading it at least few times just to make sure. Yes, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada say, I don't remember where, but I'm sure he says that those who goes to heaven by dint of devotional service, they just keep going up.
Yeah. But not necessarily what we think it will be an enjoyable place. This is not the calculation of that. Is that enough? Or you want more dramatic?
My question, in terms of my original question.
What is the original question? I forgot.
Well, the idea that what you meditate upon that you will achieve. But how intense a meditation, and how does one avoid tasting the fruits of that meditation? If one changes one's mind and decides he doesn't want that anymore, and he starts, but does he still have to taste the fruits from his previous meditation? Suppose he's thinking, oh, I want to go to heaven, then later he decides, no, I don't want to go to heaven, I want to go to Goloka. But previously he meditated on going to heaven, so does he still have to taste the fruit of that desire from his previous?
Well, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says, Gyani Gyana Juge Koriya Jatane Brahmare Sakshat Kari, Brahma Sakshatkar Aprarabdha Karma Sampurna Genete Hare. The previous meditation, previous attachment and association can burn down by the result of Dibba Gyan. But until the Suddha Bhakti arises, not possible the Prarabdha Karma will go away. But Prarabdha Karma does not mean which came only with this body. That's what it says. But Prarabdha Karma also produce result, which we also have to face. Like in Prarabdha Karma, if I am facing something, I am destined to get it, and I am reacting on it. Instead of tolerating and thanking Krishna for protecting me, I am reacting. Generally, as a devotee, even as a becoming devotee, we do in reality. Then I have to face that. That's why he says Janme Janme, maybe 2 life, 3 life. Why that word Janme Janme? Janme Janme had a many meaning. Janme Janme, why at least even Mahaprabhu says, Mama Janmani Janmani. Mama Janmani Janmani Shari Bhavatat Bhakti Rahitu Kiti. Janmani Janmani, because the Prarabdha Karma also producing. So, our Prarabdha Karma is done by the spiritual knowledge. We are chanting, we are doing, our Prarabdha is done. Then Kuta Bija is also done. These 3 is gone, but the Prarabdha Karma that came, Krishna going to utilize this Prarabdha Karma in our life. And the way he utilized, that he is going to throw as a token sometime, and maybe he will even create on some little impression in a bigger scale. He will. Just like a Jarabharat case. Jarabharat case is very substantial, that why his attachment for a deer literally gave him another life so that he can repent. So if we calculate, if you analytically study, so the repentance is required to destroy the previous meditation. Make sense? If I don't do that repentance, I desire to have a beautiful wife or beautiful palace on St. Augustine or something like that, I don't know. Or a first class ice cream all the time, something. If I did not repent that why I asked for this, then it is still there. Repentance requires intelligence. Attachment to sense objects require mind. My mental function has to be dissolved. Intelligence we carry on, that's how we serve. So with intelligence, repentance will take place. That's why it is good that Krishna is the witness, believe or not. If some human being has some soul has to witness his own, there will be big chaos. I don't think I desire that. Why this is coming up? Like a big fight within. So I'm glad actually Krishna himself witnessed this as a Paramatma. You have this, you have this, you have this, you have this in the list. So he will throw it one by one by one. So the whole idea was Akrura, when he was meditating, everything he meditated, he saw in that life, within that day actually, in front of him, exactly the way he thought when he arrives. This is right after Mangalarti. He is imagining for the evening. He was not calculating to roll on the ground and stay a whole day. How long it takes from Mathura to Vrindavan, to Gokul? 2 hours.
No.
2 hours?
Not in
45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Ambas.
Okay, ambassador. Well, it's a chariot. Rickshaw. So how can possible Akrura is thinking that what he will see in the evening? Because this is how Jogomaya helping him, what he has desired deeply. He always loved this, that all the cows are filled in the barn, and Krishna and Balaram, they are taking the milk buckets, and they are milking the cow, I will be glad to see that, wow, the Lord's form of milkman was like unimaginable to him. Because he is imagining this, it has to be in the evening, because during the day there is no cows in the barn, it's all in the pasturing field, right? And in the morning they take it, and he left in the morning. So whatever he imagined, a whole scenery took place. And then he will fold his hand, then Balaram will say, "Uncle, what are you doing?" Folding your hand. Then he will just hold my hand, and then he will take me inside the house. Then Nanda Maharaj will come, welcome him. Then they will feed him, give him some washing feet and all this abhishek. And then he will take him to another room where they will have a little more istogosti type of talking, how is relatives and this, that. Oh, what is the use of asking relative? Who will be good shape under such a evil king Kamsa? Is no use of asking how is relative. They are asking and they are defeating their own question by the dialogue. And then after that everybody will leave aside. Then Krishna and Balaram will take Kamsa in a separate room where he is going to stay. There Kamsa, Akrura will reveal his real intention. Akrura did not know, or Akrura did not say that Krishna's real mother and father, he had no idea, or whether he knew or not, we don't know. But at least he did not address Krishna as a son of Nanda or Yashoda. He addressed as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So he not accused, but he asked, "How is possible, my Lord, you asking about your parents? How can they be happy? They never saw you. You left when you were baby, just born, and they extremely suffer. They really want to see you, that their son. They are suffering so much under this evil king. So please come and do something immediately so that they could see their son and enjoy life like this." So all these talks had some significance, and I like to repeat this 1,000 times. Why Akrura in the palace of Nanda and Yashoda addressing Krishna as a son of Devaki and Vasudeva? Why? I mean, how would you like if somebody comes to your house and a girl comes to your house and say, "My husband, Indradumna Prabhu, how are you?" You'll probably take a hammer and hit it, right? I mean, this is like a very illegal. In Nanda Maharaj's palace, addressing as a son of Devaki and Vasudeva, is that legal or illegal? Why? Come on.
He knows that they know. That he knows.
He knows?
He knows that they know that he knows.
No.
That
No. Use the name.
Okay,
It's also
so
a name for
Akrura knows that Krishna knows that Akrura knows that Vasudeva is Krishna's father. So he can speak to him like that.
Something more.
The mood what you have in his heart is
Very good. No, can you use the name instead of his or her?
Akrura's mood, his vow, it's like he see Krishna like son of Vasudeva Devaki. So whatever you have in your heart, Krishna, according to that, Krishna reciprocates.
Very good. Actually, even though he had a Brajana Nandan's form and living in the same, but because Akrura's bhav is Mathura Krishna. So Mathura Krishna is his Ishtadev here. So that's why Krishna also revealed just like Mathura Krishna in the palace of Yashoda's house. So this is very important. Means we can, if we have just like in Poitagaon we hear all the gopis saw Narayan, but actually their bhav is not Narayan, right? Their bhav is for Krishna. But to make a significant point that Radharani never see Narayan as a beloved, but so Narayan could not hold his extra tooth for a hand. It was like a shrinking in. So his two hand only stayed left. So just to prove that because Radharani's love is such a extreme that whether Radharani appears in front of Nishingadev or Vamandev or any manifestation of God, it will be always Krishna, two-handed form. Because it is Radharani's inner, fixed, unprecedented, dominant, eternal, permanent, emotional sentiment. You got this? All these words?
No.
This is called Sthai Bhav. What causes Krishna to manifest the form? This is very nice. Every pastime has a very secret for us. And it is nothing illegal or legal or illegal. It is natural. Because legal and illegal sounds like weird, strange. But it is natural for Akrura to address Krishna as a Mathura Krishna. And he knows that's why it was proper.
Just like Nanda Maharaj and Jasoda came to Kurukshetra, and then Krishna.
Yes, Dwarka Krishna became Vrindavan Krishna because of Jashoda's love. Yes, this is good. Okay, so we are up to this mark. And then we have those paper.
Yes.
Can you distribute?
Yes.
That time also we read that Narada reveals secret to Kamsa, what causes Kamsa become very angry. And he arrested, they were house arrest before, now they are arrested in the jail again. Even that Kamsa was not so happy. Even though Kamsa took so many precautions, still he's still doing double, triple. Morning he sent one demon, evening he sent another one. Okay, we are going to now, let's recite the whole
Arjuna.
song.
Do you want one? I can share.
I can share it. Oh.
Does someone not have
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Oh, Vidata Stavana Prachidaya Sangyoja Maitriya Pranayena Deya Tam Shakritartam Vinam Yishavartam Vikritam Te Yatacheshniyam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Yastam Pradarsha Siyakundavikam Mukunda Bhadram Sukavoramadakam Sokamanodasmitamesha Sundaram Karoshi Bharoshyamastarvekritam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Sadhu Sanga Chakshurila So we discussed whenever last month that there were 4 types of gopis who, according to their sthai bhav, according to their eternal dominant position, they reacted on the news of Akrura coming to take Krishna to Mathura. So when in the town square this news broadcasted by the Nanda Maharaja's messenger, then everybody felt and reacted according to their sthai bhav. Those who are Brahmana, they reacted extra Sandha Bandhanam, chant extra Gayatri mantra, so they can bless Krishna to have a successful journey with all the cowherd boys. First time they are going to see big city. It's very exciting
Field
when
trip.
you are born in a field trip. Yeah, kind of like that, field trip. So Brahmana gave blessings and they are waiting to give blessing tomorrow morning. And when all the cowherd boys heard, they are overexcited. Wow! First time they are going to see big city. But that was not the exciting. Exciting is that they are going to go with Krishna. We should not think like cowherd boys ever have an independent desire to enjoy. Actually, that is not proper. It's not that they don't have a free will or independence. They do, but their independence is for the Krishna's pleasure. This is what it is. This is built in their consciousness. But we have an English word to express, so there has to be some kind of refurbish our mental understanding. And then all the parents, all the mothers and fathers, they thought, oh, Nanda Maharaj is going, and some cowherd elderly man also going, and they are going just to watch this and bring Krishna back, so no harm. They are not concerned about their own son. We should remember that. The parents actually concerned about Krishna going to Mathura. But because Nanda Maharaj has most devotion from the fatherly figure, so they didn't have worry in their mind. Then all the mothers also sanctioned, except Mother Yashoda, she felt little bit anxiety, but Nanda Maharaj assured her, I am going personally to bring him back. So then she was pacified. Everybody got pacified except the Braja Gopis. And why? So we discussed that. Only one reason. When you have intense love, then it manifests in 2 ways. One is Purvarag, one is Anurag. Anurag, they are seeing a scenery which they haven't experienced yet. It's called like something you're going to experience in future. How do you say? Impending, thank you. Impending obstacles. They are seeing that Krishna is not coming back. We remember Jasasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarve Gune Samassate Sura. It says in Prabhupada also randomly quote this verse that when somebody become Mahabhagavat, then they get all the quality of demigods. What does the quality of demigods means? They know the past of that soul. When they see a soul in Alachua, they know his past, present and future. They can see almost what's happening. So this is the power of the demigod. So the Braja Gopi are not Mahabhagavat, they are Mahabhagavat of the Mahabhagavat. Whatever the word is. They are the origin where the Mahabhagavat comes from. So they of course knows. But so they see something but nobody else can understand. And nobody else will see that either. Because this Viraha, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his 12 years excluded no, how do you say, away from the external world, away from the meeting public, or public don't have access, in other words. Even sadhak bhakta don't have access. Only internal associate, like you can name Ramananda Rai, Sarup Damodar, very Sikhi Mahiti, 3.5 are the most, Madhavi Devi, they are the most intimate in Gambhira. And next day, Gadadhar Prabhu, they are next circle. So they are the very, at that time Mahaprabhu was tasting this. Tasting this. And as an expression, Mahaprabhu even told, how do we know? Some of us may think, how do we know this secret? Because next day Mahaprabhu would tell to Gadadhar Prabhu what happened night before. Then Gadadhar Prabhu would rectify and add or subtract from that feeling. Because he himself is Radharani. What she went through. So she is expressing this. At that time Mahaprabhu felt so jubilation that Mahaprabhu told Gadadhar Prabhu, when I lived from this world, you cannot leave until you teach this to Srinivasa Acharya. Because Srinivasa Acharya, that's why Gadadhar Prabhu stayed 1 year extra. And Srinivasa Acharya learned and gave it to Ramchandra Kaviraj. That's how we got it. This commentary of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur commentary that Prabhupada translate is all coming from that line. That's how we know that what happened, the essence. So they explains that how Rupa Goswami Pad broke down this understanding. Otherwise, when Akrura is going, we also discussed that you may think that what happened Nanda Maharaj, what did he think when he saw the girls stopping the chariot and others? No, he did not see any scenery of this. Because he had a different chariot. And his whole idea was not taking Krishna Balaram only, showing Krishna Balaram big city, at the same time pay taxes. Anything that protect Krishna is his priority. So if Kamsa Maharaj is happy by getting all the taxes of called ghee, butter, yogurt, these are in the form of taxes. Actually it's good, no? We thought about it last time also, we discussed that you have to eat up quick and distribute ghee and butter if you have. You cannot pile up the money. So these are the form of tax. It's very good, no? So as some other, I love that idea. It's like so good. If everybody would pay tax in the form of food, you have to eat it within 3 days, otherwise it goes bad.
You can keep ghee for a long time.
You can keep ghee. Yeah, but I don't think people would steal that much. But the dollar you can pile up and steal. So anyhow, this is out of topics, but it was very fascinating idea. So that time Nanda Maharaj went in a shortcut road, other road, so he did not see the whole scenery. Then when Krishna got up in the morning, Lord Krishna got up in the morning, he was very one-pointed. He saw Akrura and the chariot and he walked straight to the chariot. And the whole evening till whole night, these girls has exhibited very emotional, but not to the culminates of extreme. But at that moment, Nanda Maharaj already left just before that. When Krishna went straight to the Akrura's chariot, he did not look back, forth, or only the front, not left or right or behind. Because all the gopis, thousands of gopis are all there. He did not look. He went straight. And the reason he went straight, because there is so many acharyas has some comment. Some acharya says, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, generally he gives this idea that it is not possible that we say in America, I'm going to blend with this, that the beauty is in the eye of a beholder. So, if Krishna would ever look at Srimati Radhika, it's not possible Krishna could move. Madan Mohan Mohini means she has this capability that she can hypnotize him to stand there, not move. Forget about chariot, cannot even move. She has that. then why she could have done this? But it has to have a connection. Because the lover and beloved, they have an intense love. You imagine that they have such an extreme love for each other, but they come in a place where after the whole scenery of extreme separation feeling, they come and they don't talk even each other. How can it be possible? Is it possible? How it can be possible? Did you understand the question?
I don't think I did.
You didn't get it?
I don't think so.
You love a boy so much and he loves you so much. Finally you both came in an assembly of a group, whatever, party or something. But you're not even looking each other, you're just going, passing by. But you have so much love for him. How is possible? Come on.
Because you don't want other people to see you.
This is called sulkiness. This is the definition of man. When you have a possession of beloved so much, and you know for sure that he cannot be happy by going anywhere else. It is I has to completely serve, and I know the secret to please him. But he is not getting that way. He's diverted. Somebody else feeling that possession. This conflict is due to the extreme possessiveness, what causes sulkiness, man. So Krishna has love for Radharani. It's not like Krishna is like a what do you call cruel or cruel, like a cruel. Not Krishna is not like this. Krishna is extremely so much. Krishna exists only for her love. Krishna himself agree, not only just to pacify her. Krishna is not neglecting this. But there has to be an understanding that why this scenery taking place. That Krishna has such an excessive possessiveness of Srimati Radhika. But his karuna has to also manifest for others to see it. That how much love she has for him. He has so much love. But the sulkiness has to take place in order to make it more tasty. In separation, vipralambhe vispurti, in separation, the appearance of the beloved only make evidence when the intensity magnify. You understand that? Those who are aware, just Srimati Radhika example, Srimati Radhika, so much extremely separation feeling. So she is feeling such an extreme. She is crying and crying and crying, and then she recalls, oh, once he was doing same thing like this, and then what he did, he comes and cries and cries and cries, and he says, I'm really sorry, but you know what? I really had an intention, honestly, intention, to see if there is anybody like you ever exist in this world. So I went and I checked the other villages if there is a. No, I could not find. You are the only one. And then at that time Sri Krishna apologized. Then she saw Krishna actually standing there and trying to touch her feet. Then she is saying, now you will say, oh, in that pastime, Sanatana Goswami Pad writes, then she said, don't do it, don't touch me, don't touch me. It is not that she does not want him to touch. It is not proper that she only wants him to be with her. You follow? She doesn't want him to be apologizing. But how to express this? She just saying it. But apparently Krishna is thinking, oh my God, she doesn't, oh what did I do wrong? And he is now terrified. So she is quarreling, fighting within herself. That why you made me such a extreme, making him feel like I don't want him. I do want him. But I'm speaking such a way that this is an expression. So the sulkiness, when causes intense separation, that time Krishna in that greatest separation appears. This is only we can understand in Gauriya Siddhanta. This 4 aspect of Mahabhav. Vipralambe Vispurti means this, that when you have a greatest separation, in that greatest separation, the beloved appears in a form that you did not expect. It literally neutralizes your sulkiness, gone. But you react in such a way that she did not really want Krishna to apologize. You follow? But Krishna is apologizing. Because in between there has to be some dialogue. But nobody is talking. Each one is acting strange, apparently strange. So in extreme separation, Krishna will appear. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, we also understand this. But this scenario is also true, that Krishna is leaving. That scenario also has to be exhibiting. So in that exhibition, that Krishna will reappear in Srimati Radhika. This form of Mahabhav would not manifest if Krishna would not do this. But if Krishna looks at her, everything is spoiled. This lila cannot take place. Akrura will not understand. Everybody will not understand. Everything will be spoiled. So Jogomaya's arrangement that Krishna did not even look, just straight went to the chariot. And he sat down chariot as if he doesn't know anybody around him or not. It looks like this. But that's not the truth. There is another side of the story. So the difference Acharya is giving commentary why Krishna did not look. Because Madan Mohan Mohini has a power, that's true. But how she will exhibit? There has to be direct connection. If he looks at her and she looks at, finish. Just like in a sulkiness, you remember the story of that Jagannath manifestation, how in sulkiness, extreme sulkiness, Radharani almost disappeared from this world, like dead. She's floating in a separation. She's like a floating. Then when Lord Krishna came from Dwarka and he just appeared, and seeing this he was like a frozen himself. He became like a log. He himself became like a log, like a statue, like a piece of wood, doesn't move. Seeing this extreme separation, he also started floating. So now 2 floating wood. If you think like this, that's how they find Jagannath deity. They carved Jagannath deity. That they floating log, and they see in the dream. It's all like arranged. You talk to any panda, they will tell you the whole story, and that how it takes place. So then, in their union, what happened? Then somebody has to have a same sentiment. Like we go to Mangalarti. Mangalarti time, who does the Arati? Lalita Sakhi. Because she has an affection for both. You follow? And this intimacy, the highest form of beauty manifest at that moment. So she start showing everybody, come, quick. This is called Arati. She wants to show everybody. When the ghee lamp goes, we all touch. Why we touch? Same reason. What Lalita Sakhi has seen, we want to see that. So we are touching the lamp. We don't need hot. Even in sour you touch the lamp, right? So that's not the reason we touch. We touch that what perfect beauty of the divine couple she's seeing, that she wants to share. So every manjari touches. So every devotee touches the lamp. And we take it. So like this. But who can reveal what the feeling Srimati Radhika has? Same sentiment. Vishakha Devi. So Vishakha sing the song. Vishakha sings a song, and those who are in the same sentiment can rhythm, they become the assistant. With tambula, then tabla, what do you call in English? You know what I meant. All this arrangement of the instruments. And this is Mangalarti. This is in Vrindavan, every day happening. So same thing at that time when they are floating, Vishakha Devi just started singing. It's same sentiment of Radharani's. Then Lalita Sakhi joined, and Lalita Sakhi's chanting went into Radharani's ear, and Radharani open eye, and then Vishakha Devi's chanting went into the ear of Krishna, same sentiment. Then the eye to eye, when they saw each other, the whole sulkiness, all this like a skinny, bony, floating, disappear in a second. How? Because their body is made of bhav. Whatever bhav they feel, the body exhibit that way.
Wow.
So in their union, they are feeling for each other so much, so they have like a complete, beautiful, just newly fresh young girl and boy. But moment before, it was like a disaster, sick in separation. But those are not sick. These are also actually happiness in a spiritual, transcendental separation happiness. So here, Lord Krishna is exhibiting like he's ignoring. He's not ignoring. He has tremendous love. Krishna exists. I love the way Prabhupada answered to Aksharananda Maharaj, because that was a controversial discussion, that why did you give the name Radha Partha Sarati? Now whatever the story is, I don't know the whole story. I heard it, but this part, I have the record. I was hearing it. So then Prabhupada says, you think it is possible in the battlefield that Krishna ever not think of Radha? I was thinking, wow. This is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami thinks that in the middle of battlefield, Krishna is thinking of Radharani. What kind of mood Srila Prabhupada had? Only he knows. that was a great, that I'm glad that those devotees actually poke him, ask him why you gave this name, why. It's very interesting. Otherwise we would probably never know. So this is very interesting, the way Prabhupada says, in the middle of battlefield, you're killing the people, but you're thinking of Radharani. This is Krishna. So it's not possible we ever to think that Krishna is just ignoring her and walking away. But it is required. Yes?
He says every time Mami Kamshanam Braja.
Braja, yes. Braja. So this is required for next Vipralamba Vispruti. So he just sat down in the chariot, and Balaram, as if he did not know anything, so he sat down next to it and they are leaving. How many messenger Krishna sent? Many messenger. We only know few. 3 months later from Mathura comes Uddhava. 6 months later from Dwarka comes Balaram. We only know few that Bhagavatam giving. Why? Because Sukdev Goswami saw how much important we need to know to ignite our separation feeling from that Krishna who went to Mathura. We are not developing separation. Sorry, I had a cold few days back, and I still have a sinful body, and it's confirming. So like that
We're not feeling separation.
It is separation. That we never think of building separation feeling for Vrindavan Krishna in Vrindavan. We are developing separation feeling for that Krishna who decided to go to Mathura. So it is for Vrindavan Krishna, but who decided to go to Mathura. This separation feeling will ignite us to enter into Vrindavan. Because the mood that gopis exhibited at that moment when Krishna was going. That's why we had that chart, no? We wrote, there is a 3 viraha, bhavi viraha, bhuta viraha, bhavam viraha. What caused past from the impression, and what going to take place now in every moment as Krishna lives, and what will cause tomorrow, next day, or 113 and a half years. Because Krishna didn't come back until 113 and a half years. So these 3 viraha, how it manifested slowly. This is what discussed in this beginning. So we already more or less covered. Let me see, how much time we have? Good. 8:30, right?
Go.
Who can answer, who can release this Viraha Git? Nobody knows? Come on. Who can release the Viraha Git?
Your devotees.
No, something I want you to say which we can relate, check our pulse right now and check it. Pure devotee is like a vast definition. Even if somebody is pure, he will not agree he is pure, right? But something.
Those with the Abhiman of the one-fourth Abhiman of followers of Rupa Goswami.
Something tangible more.
Those who've experienced separation.
Those who have no envy, that's all. A simple answer. No envy. This is like a far out answer. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, actually any conditioned soul, if he has a under guidance of a pure advanced guru, he by the mercy he can immediately enter into this separation feeling of the Brajavasis, which is our Prabhupada in 69, no, maybe 70, I forgot who, 72 or 69. In Radhastami lecture in Montreal, he says that only way you can see how you, whether you are advancing or not, see if you feel separation feeling from Radha Krishna. So non-envious, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, immediately they can literally meditate on this lila and enter into this. And this is bona fide. So here, the first song it says, Oho Vidata Tavana Kachid Daya Sangjoscha Maitra Pranaya Avalokani. Oho Vidata Tavana Kachid Daya. So here, we already discussed this, that the gopis are addressing that Akrura has come. Akrura was sent by God, and we also discussed that when you don't have any way anybody to be blamed, then who do you blame? God. If nobody you can do anything, you call God, the last person. So I said, so the gopi is expressing in a very short that, oh, you are the creator, but you are very injustice. And then injustice, then the other gopis are expressing. So why one gopis are questioning and other gopis are answering? Why not other gopi feeling the same thing? Quick answer?
The Sadhu instead of the gopis?
Huh?
The Sadhu instead of gopis?
No.
They're from different groups.
Difference group. Because difference group, these four groups, quickly, four groups has a four difference feeling.
Yeah.
One feels Krishna as mine. They are called Srimati Radharani's group. And the another group feels I am your. They are submissive. Krishna can easily make them submissive, and if something goes little bit wrong or right, they are very afraid. They may lose Krishna. So they will be like immediately over exhausted. If Krishna is leaving, now they will be fainting, everything is falling off from their body, the hair, the clothes, something they're easily turmoil. Then in between, Tatastha means they are not completely like this, and then the other gopis, those who are extreme separation feeling, at the same time they are not exhibiting externally, but internally they are very heavy, like Rupa Goswami Pad exhibited, separation. Everybody else was crying, but he was not crying. So they had a doubt. So then they took a little, the story,
Straw.
cotton,
Oh, God.
What happened?
A burn.
It burns. Whoa! What kind of breathing Rupa Goswami Pad had? It burns the cotton. Separation, such extreme. He's not crying, but because he's more than crying. It's a fire in separation. So this is extreme. So Radharani's group is like extreme. They are not exhibiting externally, but externally extreme exhibiting Chandravali's group. And Surit Paksha. So like this we have to have some idea. Otherwise I don't want to go. Otherwise we will be like another half an hour. Then time is up. Not good. So then Lord, here Vidata is executing from the Tatastha gopis because they are neutral. They are not going this way. So they are asking, so how do you say, why you say, Sakhi, that God is injustice? You have to have some reason. So then the other gopis is saying, because you don't have a drop of mercy. You took the position of God, you took the name of God, but you don't have a drop of mercy. They are talking amongst themselves. But one who is so submissive, they are proposing this kind of question. And those are neutral, they can answer because they are stable little more. So then the gopi is asking, you don't have a drop of mercy. Then the other Sakhi is asking on behalf of God, so how come you come to this conclusion that I don't have a drop of mercy? What did I do wrong at this moment? So then the other gopi says, you bring people together like a toy, like a sand castle you built on the beach. And then after a few moments, wave comes and break the sand castle as if like it's not important. Or dog jumps on it and breaks it as if like it has no foundation. Even is it possible? Because we heard a true lover is a very attentive and careful about the desire of beloved. Yes?
Yes.
Very attentive and careful. Never mixes his or her own desire. So how is possible if this is the case that the Krishna's love for the girls, gopis, and the gopis' love for Krishna, is it based on like a sand castle? Is it true? Think of it. Why they are discussing this? Because there is some episode they are discussing. There's underlining. It looks like like a prostitute may serve many men, but there is no relationship. It comes and goes. Neither she asks for the quality. Are you PhD? Otherwise I don't meet. There is no such thing, right? They don't ask the character or quality or whatever. But we find in Vrindavan, they did not fall in love because he is God. They fall in love on what? Beauty, character, loving nature. He's even confronting that you love, that 4 types of lover, Akritagya, Guru Drohid, that I am not belongs to this, I am more than that, and the whole dialogue that we discussed one day, and it's proven, right, that today how to see this in their discussion, that he is not belongs to those 4 types of, he is a genuine lover, and their attraction for each other on basis on this beauty, loving, charmingness, nothing to do with God. Krishna is God, they don't accept because their beauty, his loveliness supersede that. And Krishna even apologized. Krishna says, I am indebted to your love. I am indebted to your love. To what extent? The entire Brahma's life, right? So many apology. So why they are discussing like this? Now the gopis are answering. You bring people together in friendship, care, protection. They offer all their feelings and thoughts for each other. Then without fulfilling their desire, you just separate. This whimsical act of yours is very unjust. It's true? Yes. It is like a child playing with sand, building a castle and crumbles later like this. So then another gopi is asking, now when Sukdev Goswami quoted this verse, he gave also very hints of a like you fall in love generally, well, I don't know in America. America is a little different. In India, generally, if you have like a big family, you belong to a rich family, and this family they're poor, and they found that you may interest to marry that girl, they will make arrangement. This kind of things in the goes. So that case is not the love on the basis of who you are or who she is. It's question of your future holds on the wealth you have or something, prestige or something you have that they need it. Was it something like this?
No.
Krishna says he could not pay. Think for a moment. How sophisticatedly this arrangement is dialogue this took place. Here, that girl who is a representative of God, she is saying, now don't compare me as an inexperienced child. If I am a God, then give me a position of God. Why you comparing me like inexperienced child? I bring immature people and then like a toy, you bring two toys and you just broke hand or leg or something and just, it's alright. Let's get another toy or something. It's not like this. Why you compare me? I am rather, Vidata means the grandfather of all. So then the other gopis are saying, that gopi now is become little afraid. Replied, you are addressed as inexperienced because you give pain and suffer to all. So then Vidata says, give me example. How did I cause you suffer now? Then the other gopi is answering, you know very well as a creator how unparalleled, unprecedented beauty and quality of that smiling face of Nanda Maharaja's son. You know very well because you created him. So they are thinking the Brahma created Krishna. This is called Lokik Sadbandhu. Means what do you call? Like a village. Like
village
a
talk.
Village talk. No magic here. No God power here. He is a village boy, but the most attractive boy. Such an attractive boy, even they see God, but they pray to God to get him. There is no interest to serve God. This is very dilemma of how much attraction superseded. They told this to Narayan, right? Can you bless us to find Nanda Maharaja's son? So then this is a very nice sweet verse. Bangsi ganamrita dham lavanna tamrita janmastan. If you have a eye, what is the value of the eye? So they gave a whole sequence that we discussed one time. I'm just going very quick there. So then they addressed that you took the name of Mukunda. Mukunda means? What does Mukunda means?
Liberation.
Huh?
Giver of liberation.
Giver of liberation. Here it applies to what? Liberation. What liberation they want? The gopis wants liberation?
Liberation.
Yes, they want.
Feeling of separation.
From that feeling.
You bring that Nanda Maharaja's son here in front of us, not going to Mathura. He has actually, they even found the reason that there was no reason Krishna to even leave. There was no reason. They could not find any reason for him to go to Mathura. So Mukunda, they address him like this. Now, the Vidata then says, wait a minute, Akrura is taking Nanda Maharaja's son away. Why are you blaming me? Because they actually address to Brahma, Vidata. So the Vidata is asking, Akrura is taking him, why are you blaming me? So then the submissive gopi, Chandapali's group, they are saying, you are cruel because you have taken the form of Akrura and you think we don't know. So now, did you understand? Now they are blaming not God only, God who take the form of Akrura has come here. Before they blame God, now they are thinking that God is actually that Akrura. Not Akrura is God. God has come in a form of Akrura. So now they are going to blame his name. So then gopis are saying, you are cruel because you have taken from form of Akrura to take him away. Then Vidata, the God is answering, but how is this possible? You think that I have come in the form of Akrura? Then gopis, submissive gopis are answering, no one except you can do such cruel works of taking away something which you have given before to us. You are take away the same eyes which you gave us. What does that mean? Is God is taking their eyes?
No.
So why they say that he's taking their eyes away?
There's no purpose for their eyes other than to see Krishna.
Good, you are
Krishna
thinking.
To enjoy them.
You are thinking. Their eyes actually is only sees Krishna. Their eyes will not have any purpose of living.
Like Shrimati Radhika
Krishna.
when she's a little baby, she's closed eyes, she doesn't see anything. When she opens, Krishna's there.
That's the prenuptial agreement before she came to the world. That if I don't see, she said, that's very true. She said to Krishna that I don't want to go to Alachua, earthly planet, because every man has a, Radharani knows. Don't think she doesn't know Alachua. I'm serious. Because it says in the, if you read the Padma Puran, it's very nicely. She said, in the earthly planet, every man, married man, looks at some other's married wife. How does she know? If she didn't, she must know. Otherwise, why she said that? Then Krishna says, okay, no problem. You will never see any man. Even from, that's why she came. She was blind, born blind. And she saw Krishna, and from that on only saw Krishna. So then Vidata again asked, even if you say I have come to take Krishna, why now you come to speak about eyes? So he's diverting. Why are you diverting about your eyes? Now you're blaming me for your eyes, that I'm taking your eyes away. So then the gopi says, right here by you, taking away Sri Krishna, who are blinded, means our eyes has a lead, and this lead is that absence of Krishna. So you taking Krishna means we are going to be completely blind now. We won't be able to see anymore. So you are the one who is cruel. So then, of course, there is a whole example. We discussed also Samantak Jul, you remember?
Yes.
Good. And the King Nriga, you remember King Nriga? You should meditate on the King Nriga.
Me?
King Nriga. Yeah, why not? It's a Bhagavatam story. In Viraha Git, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that King Nriga gave a very sophisticated answer of any dharma you want to do beside chanting Hare Krishna and pure Gaudiya Vaishnava dharma. Any other dharma you want to do, what happened?
It'll backfire.
Huh?
It'll backfire.
It will backfire you. Good, I like that English. Backfire you. What King Nriga did wrong? What did he do wrong? Nothing. Nothing he did wrong. It appears like he gave the same cow to two persons, but actually he did not intended. He did not have an intention to do that, but it happened. And the poor guy, instead of going to enjoy in life, he suffered as a lizard. So what did he do good? It's all bad. Now you say, well, he saw Krishna at the end. You may say that, right? He saw Krishna at the end. But the Prabhupada writes very nicely in Krishna book, this is not a perfect Krishna consciousness on the King Nriga's case. Okay, so when you remember that, then we go to the gopis. Lord Krishna is going to Mathura for his own happiness. This is the gopis are exclaiming. Although we will cry and cry and cry and eventually we will die. This is their proposal now. To become, now this is a very nice. At that moment they are submitting a nice prayers to Krishna. That to become his maid servant, we gave up. What did they give up?
Their dharma.
If we cannot say it, we won't be able to meditate. What the gopi gave up?
Everything. Their husbands, their
Chastity.
dharma,
Their husband,
Their
their
children,
homes, their children,
their chastity.
their chastity, their reputation,
So close.
everything.
Anything else? Everything what? Don't say just everything. Everything is a cheap
They
word.
have the best, their youth, their precious youth at the point of the pinnacle.
Because something we can think, if we think like what actually they gave up something, then we can reflect on us, that what we are sacrificing.
Yeah.
What?
Life.
Life. Did they? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Did they ever go back home? No.
You never went back.
Did they ever take bath?
No.
Why would they? They don't have anyone to get beautiful.
There is no purpose of living for them,
No.
so that's why. But then why did they sustain?
Because Krishna said that he would come back in 2 days and that promise.
Hoping.
Okay. Something else Krishna wanted to prove. What?
Well,
What kept them alive?
well, they thought that Krishna would be upset if they heard that they had.
Thank you for thinking that way. This is very true. This is very true. Just for the pleasure of Krishna, this separation sustained. Separation actually keeps the soul alive. Without separation, there is no life in Krishna Lila. Everything would be dead. Separation actually keeps them alive. This separation is such a sweet, such a tasty, then in union it magnified so high form of ecstasy that it never experienced ever before. And every separation unites with union. Of course, in the spiritual world, the separation that when we think of separation, that in Radha Kund is the highest, that separation is not like Sudur Pravasi. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. I don't want anybody to think like this.
Separation is highest in Radha Kund?
Yes. Radha Kund is the highest form of ecstasy, Premamrita Plavanat. Premamrita Plavanat, the Amrit of Prem is get over flooded, means nobody knows, because everywhere else when the nectar flows, it has a two-side bank. You know bank? They call bank. River has a two-side bank. Two-side bank or two bank? Two banks. Two banks, then the river flows. So anywhere Krishna Lila producing the nectar, it has a bank. But in Nectar of Instruction, verse number 9, Vaikuntha Janito Vara Tatrapi Madhupuri Rasa Savada Brindaranyam Udarapani Premamrita Plavanat. This Premamrita Plavanat means the Radha Kund where the no bank is. Plavanat means flooded. Prabhupada translated as flooded. You understand the flood? What is flood versus river or lake or ocean? What?
A flood is that it's over, it's going past the bank. And it's
No, more than that. You don't know what is bank.
No boundaries.
Where is the bank in the flood?
You can't see it.
No, there is no bank. Flood means there is no bank, nothing. You don't know where is river, where is bank, nothing. It's over flooded, means it is such a ecstasy Krishna feels. But that ecstasy in separation culminates with the union. This is what Radha Kund is. Krishna never leaves from there. That's why it is such a flooded, means nobody knows, no rules, regulation. Flood also means no rules. Because in the river you have to be always like within the river.
No
you cannot go off. But flood means there is no boundary, you just go wherever you want.
It's higher than Amrita, where Krishna is meditating on Srimati Radhika's mood.
It is the highest ecstasy form. We are only saying in English word. But once we enter there, by the mercy of our Guru Vargas, we will see and experience how highest form of ecstasy is there.
Is there a meeting going on there, or
Eternally.
only meeting? And that meeting, the end of that meeting, causing the separation?
No, that's my point. Somebody got it? What I said before? Separation dances on the top of the union.
This is what I'm saying. No, this is the same thing I'm saying.
No, there is no separation occurring.
Only means
Separation is always there. How? For an example.
because you want to go back there.
No. For an example like this. Oh, he may leave.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
He may leave. So I better, but he's not leaving. He never leaves. But he may leave. This idea is there in Radharani.
Wow.
So she is giving full attention. And Krishna also thinking, I may miss her. She may go away.
Wow.
But she never goes away. But this contrast, would you say contrast? Like opposite?
Yeah.
This idea is there.
Streams.
Huh?
Streams. It's more like a stream because they are going
Stream?
the extreme.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Contradictory.
Contradictory.
Okay.
Contradictory. It is opposite.
Yeah.
Krishna never leaves.
Yeah.
But she's thinking, he may leave.
Wow.
So she is so much, this emotion that comes, Krishna enjoys that. And Radharani also thinking, he may leave. Or Krishna also thinking, she may go away. So this is separation. But it's never individually manifested. How do you say? Separately manifested. It never separately manifests. Because union is the highest. But union with the separation on the top is the highest.
Yes.
Not union just by itself.
Yeah.
That's why Radha Kund is the highest.
I understand.
Don't they separate during the Ashtakaya Leela at different points in time? During
They
the
go
day?
back home. After
Yeah,
they pass
that is from Radha Kund out. Not in Radha Kund.
Is
So
that
you have
the-
different Prakoshtins.
Oh,
Yeah. Different purpose. But Radha Kund is the highest.
Yeah.
So we should meditate and pray to Radha Kund every day.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll be able to enter there.
Uh-huh.
Next week we are going to finish the whole thing. And we are not going to discuss anymore what we discussed today. Next week we'll just go straight to the pastimes. Because we didn't have for 1 month, so we kind of like refresh. So, is that okay?
Of course, it's wonderful.
Very good. Bhadrabhu, where are you going? You're going to lead Kirtan. Go where? Radha Kund. Huh?
Let someone else.
Okay. Okay.
Did you call me?
Who is going to lead Kirtan?
Oh, that's weird. I think I just called your name.
Pavitram, I never hear you Kirtan. Do it.
Yeah, I think sometimes.
When was
I
that?
don't,
Last
I don't
life?
like that. That was nice.
Last life? Arjuna, you do.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Bhagavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyo Hare Rama